Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm Fred Solomon. I'm a mortgage broker and realtor, and I've been, oh, here's Gena. Good job. Perfect timing, Gena, right when we started. So, Gena, I know Tony knows her. Dan may have run into her on some of our coaching calls with Lee Honish because he's been a part of that. So thanks for joining us, Gena. And I just want to tell you everybody how I know everybody. Tony was part of Lee Honish's group, and I'm sure you're still doing the coaching calls. They do them every Tuesday morning at 9 o'clock. Brandy and Dan Finder. Dan, I met him at the radio station, and we've been friends ever since. And now he's killing it in just real estate because he's just a people person, and he knows how to schmooze people like the best of them. And when people come in, he was on one of Lee's calls and talking about how I was just so impressed by the way he gets people to spill their guts at the open house. He was so good at that, to the point where I wanted him to share his knowledge in that area. Gena is great. She's awesome. She does this for a living. She's a marketing genius, and she has some of the best clients around. And I'll let her give a list of some of her clients. And then Nancy and I are doing some deals in one in Rancho Mirage and one in Palm Springs, and then my buddy Steve Robles. And I don't want to talk too much about his story, but his story is freaking phenomenal. And I'm just going to let everybody say hi real quick, and then we're going to get going so everybody knows who everybody is. Go ahead, Brandy, since you got here first.
Hi guys, I'm Brandy Ryan. I'm actually Daniel Finder's friend, and then we also work at Equity Forbes Global Properties. I just started as an agent back in September. I love what I do, and I'm excited to be a part of this.
All
nice
right.
to meet everyone.
Thanks, Brandy. Nancy, are you there? Maybe she's getting ready or something. Who knows? Tony, go ahead and tell them a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Tony Prey. I'm a mortgage. Not mortgage. I am a realtor. I am a real estate broker out in Tampa Bay. I have been listening to Lee and all of his team, and it really Fred really impressed me as I was listening to them, and I just felt like I wanted to collaborate with him. And this is my opportunity that he's doing the Google business, and so I'm excited about it. I'm going to see where it goes.
Steve Robles, I've known this guy. We worked at a sorority house together at San Diego State, and we've known each other 38 years. He's a really good guy, and he's a broker and a property manager in the South Bay. And tell us whatever else you'd like to tell us, Steve.
Well, hi everybody. I am a real estate broker. I run my own property management business right from Belmont Shore, Long Beach area. And I've been doing that for over 20 years. And Fred and I are currently doing a loan together. Yeah. I actually do have my own NMLS license I got a couple of years ago, and just run it through Fred, let him show me the ropes. And we had a mutual friend all the way, well, roommate friends from college days, all the way back from San Diego State. So we go pretty far back.
Yes,
so that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Dan, go ahead. Dan's one of the nicest guys and most unbelievable people that I know. He's always got a smile on his face, and he's a realtor turned from the radio industry where we originally met. And Dan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Right, you're very sweet. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Daniel Finder. I am partners with Brandy, and I was in radio for greater part of 2 decades, and that's where I was able to meet and learn from Fred. And I credit my interest in today's real estate market to a lot of it to Fred and his support and his guidance and his friendship. And I'm excited to meet everybody here today, and I'm even more excited to learn some more techniques about marketing from Fred. He's always been incredibly helpful, and I truly appreciate all his input. Thank you, Fred.
Thanks, Dan. Well, if you think I'm good, you haven't met Gena yet because she's the real rock star. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about you, Gena, and then we're going to get rolling with this.
Okay, sounds good. Well, I've been in real estate and mortgage, mostly the mortgage side for almost 30 years. I started in Chicago, Illinois, then moved out to California, worked for Fidelity National Financial for a good 10 years, started Quicken Loans wholesale division, and quickly saw that my loan originators did not know how to market, did not know how to use social media, didn't know how to do anything to get good lead generation organically. So helped them with that starting back in about 2014. And in 2016 created Social RX, which is my digital marketing company, and just was referral only basis from all of my loan originators, mortgage brokers, and then of course their realtor clients, and then of course the attorneys came on board and the CPAs, because they all, everybody works together, you all work together. So it just kind of took on a little life of its own. So I built it and been in marketing. Gosh, I don't think I've done any real estate or loans for probably 5 or 6 years now, Fred. So just really built it up in the marketing space, and that's pretty much what I do today. So Google Business Profile has been a big part of this for the past year. Matter of fact, I started talking to Fred about it a long time ago, and Fred's like, why did I wait so long to do it? But when he did it, right, it worked. So he's going to share some of his successes with you, and how if you really just follow the steps and do the thing, take the action, it really does work. So yeah.
And the good thing is that we're recording this, so we will be able to share this with everybody. And Gena has a list of who's who of marketers, of online marketers. So, if she wants to share some of those names, fine. But, I'm just letting you know there's some big names there, and so we're thankful to have Gena with us this morning, and Gena and I will be growing this as I spend more time. I'm so busy with my Google leads and my lead generation for my radio show that I haven't been focused as much as I would like on my Google Business Profile. But I'm going to share with you guys right now where we go and how we do this. So I'm going to share my screen here, and let me pull this up, because this is really what it comes down to. So it's here's the main thing that we want you guys to be able to do and how to get there. So let's just take a look at Newport Beach, where my office is, mortgage lenders. Okay, that's people. This is how people find me, right? Okay, I'm number 3 right now. So I'm always interchanging between 1 and 3. So some if I do a recent update on my profile down here, if I do add a review, then I will quickly switch positions from number 1, where Save Financial is, number 2, where Crystal Lending is, or number 3, where I'm at. So we're always intertwined. We're always switching the top 3. But the most important thing is to be in this, what we call the batch, right, Gena?
Yeah, the batch or the map pack. Some people call it the map pack. It's being right next to the map. So it's the 3 positions that are available organically, and that's the key word there, next to the map. It's not done by buying your way there. You notice there's no sponsor written by Save Financial, Crystal, or by Solomon Financial. There's no sponsor written there. That means they bought their way. This area is reserved for people that get there organically by posting pertinent informational content to consumers that are searching for information.
Okay, so let's look at all the different things that I have looked at in order to get, and if you type in mortgage brokers, like in Newport Beach, right? I come up number one. If you type in mortgage broker in Newport Beach, I still come up number one. If you type in, and I've looked at all these different methods because my son taught me how to find the keyword searches, real estate lenders in Newport Beach. I come up number one again. So
Mhm.
this is where, like, when you were, I don't know, the gold miners, when they were digging for gold, right? And they struck gold. This is like striking gold today because you're number one on Google. This is how people are finding you.
And guys, this is the key, it's funny, no pun intended, but the key thing about this is the keywords. So that's what Fred's saying. In other words, when he set up his page, and I'm not sure, I'd like to take a little poll shortly after we get go through this part. How many of you already have a Google listing and how many of you would just be starting from scratch, or if everybody has one? But the key thing is when you're setting it up, you need to make sure you're using proper keyword terms. And those are things that are proven that people are searching for each and every day. And that's how you get there the fastest. I mean, reviews help too, and we'll get into that later, but this is the key thing. So when you're setting up your description, which is 750 characters, you need to make sure you are pulling from all keywords for your geographical area and what you are targeting as far as, do you do probate? Do you do foreclosure property? Do you do short sales? Do you do distressed property? Do you, what do you focus on? What is your focus? We want to make sure you're pulling from keywords. Now some free tools, you can use Google's keyword planner, keyword search planner. So, and it's free, and just go in there and look at what's being searched. You can also use Google Trends because you'll see what people are searching for. And then the third thing I like to use is Answer the Public, because when you go to Answer the Public, it'll show what people, again, are searching for in each and any given area. And you can find the keywords that way. But Keyword Planner tool, that is enough. And there's a lot of free ones. You can Google it too. But Google does have their own that you can figure out what keywords you should be using if you're not sure. Oh, and one other thing, the other thing you could do is just go up to see Fred is number one, and then Save Financial and Pacifico. Open those up. Look at what are they using for their keywords? How did they write their description? What did they put as their title? And just, swipe and adapt for your own use.
So the key is how do you do this, right? How do you get to this position, right? That's what we want to share. I think there's some people here. Maybe I need to mute Steve or Dan. Okay, so what we want to do is now take a look at my profile, right? And what we're going to do when we do that, let me just move this over here so I can see it better. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my profile here. And here you're going to be able to go into right here where you see your business on Google, right? Okay, now the key is the photos, the updates, and the reviews. So reviews, photos, and updates, and the services that you provide. So you need to go in there and make sure that you are including all the services that you provide. And talk about the photos for a minute, Gena. You need like 30 of them, right?
Yeah, so initially when you upload your photos, make sure you're doing a mix of, if you have a brick and mortar office, get some outside shots, get some inside shots, get some shots of your team. Of course, anytime you have happy clients standing out front of your office, you could take a picture, or sitting at your desk with you and you can take a picture. But if you just start out with maybe you in front of your office building, definitely the name, and you want to have your logo uploaded as well. the name on the building, your logo, and then your inside team working, different shots of your inside team. Google loves all that because it proves that you're a real operating business. Now, a lot of us work at home, right? So there's a couple ways to handle that. So you don't typically want to put your home address. Well, you have to put it in for Google purposes, but you can toggle off the switch where it says show your address. You want to toggle that off. You don't want your address showing. And actually, I think that's better because if you don't show your address, so if you do show your address in your brick and mortar, Google is going to show to searches 30-mile radius around your office location. But if you fill in the area where it's your geographically targeted areas, and I think you can do up to 20 still, you can put in like 20 different areas, it will show all those areas that you specifically put in. So if I'm working from home, which I do, and I toggle off my address because I don't want people to see it, then I'm going to make sure that I fill out the 20 geographical areas that I work in as, you know, a realtor, a lender, as a plumber, as an electrician, whatever it is that you are. Because remember, you can do this for yourself, but then you can take it to your referral sources and you can help them do this, and they're going to love you forever and send you lots of referrals.
Very true. And that's exactly what I started thinking about. And once I got to number one or number two or number three, I'm like, God, there's a lot of businesses that I could start right now. Like, for example, a locksmith. Where's the first place you go to look for a locksmith? We don't know locksmiths off the top of our head. We're going to go to Google, right? And if you go on Google and you're number one locksmith, right? Guess what?
Mhm.
We could start a business tomorrow doing locksmith work. You know, this knowledge allows you to start any business that you want, you know, and that is so powerful. If you have an idea, you can just say, you know what, all I need to do is get to number one on Google and I'm going to kill it.
Yeah, and actually, it's not even only starting any business you want, Fred, but it's also helping any business you want. So yeah, you can help anyone. So for instance, my uncle and his family, his kids and his grandkids, they own a towing company here. I'm in Wisconsin right now because I'm up here by my family for the summer, but they own a towing company. And they're at number one everywhere. Every which way you can search it, they're in the map pack. They're at number one because, well, I've helped, you know, let them know all the right things to do. And they show pictures of accidents they show up at, of course, you know, in the right context. But I mean, people they help along the highway, cars they tow from Illinois because all the very wealthy Illinois people want to come up here to Door County to vacation. And so he'll drive his tow trucks down there, pick up their Mercedeses or whatever car, their Bentleys or whatever, and they'll drive them up here on a tow truck because the family's coming up in a different vehicle and they just want it delivered. They do all that. And we've got them at number one on everything. So it's pretty cool. It's and it's not hard. It's just, it takes a little bit of action and a little bit of work, right, Fred? Out of the gate, you got to put a little effort into it. And then, you know,
it took me 9 months, right?
Okay, that didn't help my case.
but
Thanks, Fred.
but that doesn't mean it can't be done faster, right?
Right.
And so I would get busy, then I would, you know, be lazy about it, then get busy. And the key is getting the reviews, doing the updates, and uploading the photos. Write that down. Getting the reviews, doing the updates, and making sure that you have the photos. So the updates we're going to talk about next, and I'm going to share some of my updates because the updates are the easiest way to get there. And you have to be consistent about this. I do updates at least 3 times a week. So let's take a look at some of my updates. And you got to scroll down here, I think.
And you know what? While Fred's doing that, I just want to mention updates don't always need to be real estate or housing statistics or what the current rates are or what you've got listed or what you've got sold. Updates can be just as simple as, you know what, I'm headed to the office today, but I'm going to stop at my favorite coffee shop, and you hop out of your car and you show a little 15-second video that you take as you walk in. I love coming here. This is why, you show a little, what do you call it? Panoramic view of the, coffee shop, or the outside front of it. If you don't want to show people on the inside, whatever. And then you post that and you say, this is a great place to come if you're in this city or this, area or whatever. That is what Google picks up. What is in the area, what is in your geographical area. And the more you can target that, the better it's going to be for you. The more you're going to pull in the searches.
Okay, so here's my updates right here, right? Right down here. And all you do is where this button is that you click on add update. I'll put a photo in there. I'll put a description in there. And then I'll put a call now feature. Let's see here.
Fred, do you have one you can do real live or not really? Not at the
I mean, I can just show them how I.
Oh, put your doggy in the pool up there. Put your dog and say something about how hot it is in right now in Palm Springs or the area you're in.
That's a good idea. Okay, so let me grab that photo. I've got to save that.
And then Azul can be a rock star.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, so it's
Because
really
my point, I'm just trying to show them, my point is, it doesn't need to always be all about real estate. You need a mix of that in there, sure. And then that's where your knowledge, Fred, of RPR comes in, using RPR's data and mix that in with everything. But today we're just going to do Azul in the pool cooling off because it's so hot in Palm Springs right now, or, whatever. Just that's
funny.
all.
yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, so I do it for my radio show all the time. I put updates on that. But let's put my dog in there. Okay.
And you guys can see just on Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest how much animals just pull. I don't care if they're videos or still shots, anything about animals pulls the masses.
Okay, so how do I make this a picture? Save link as I wanted. Let's see here.
Or you could even post it as a video if you want to.
Oh, I can.
Yep. Just depends on where it's saved because you have to upload it into
Yeah,
Google
normally
Business.
what I do on my phone is I take a screenshot.
Okay.
And then I upload the photo from. I do my updates from my phone, but here I'll just show you. Like, hold on one second here. My computer's really running slow because the freaking internet's slow at my house.
I know I have the same problem here. It's like these resort areas and stuff. Especially in the summer with all the people here, seems like it really slows down. Actually, they just had a big city council meeting here. They're going to put in satellite. I'm so happy because if I had to be here for any length of time, this is challenging, when it runs slow. And when you're in Palm Springs, that's kind of that area is a resort area too.
Yeah. So, scrolled too far. Okay, here we go. Add update. So this is the key so here I'll just select a photo or video. I guess I could save that video. I don't know how to extract that video from Facebook though.
I think you just go to share. See your arrow that goes to the right. There's where it says share, and then you can grab the link typically, I think.
Yeah.
Or I usually share it to my email and then I save it to my computer. But if you don't want to do all that, that's fine. I think they're getting the idea that this is all you need is simply something like this with a comment from Fred saying, super hot. If that's his geographical area of where he does business, make sure you always use that in the comment.
You know what? I'm going to do it from my phone because it's so much faster, and then I'll just show you
okay,
where you go. But I'm going to pull the video from my phone because it's so much easier to do it that way.
So my point is that I just want you guys to know not to overthink this because that's what we do. I do it too. Trust me, Fred knows that about me. I overthink it. I fix it 15,000 times. You don't really need to do that. Not in this case. People today are reacting more to real stuff like this, where Fred's friend is in the pool with his dog who jumped in too because she wanted to cool off. So, I mean, you just need to post little, and they can just be 15-second videos. And then like your comments, and make sure you use keywords in your comments. It may be just you, like I said, going to your local coffee shop. If you have great parks in your area where you sell or where you do loans, make sure that you highlight those parks. If you have your own dog and you're walking the dog in the park, give a quick video, 15-second video, a scan of the whole park, and check out all the people here today. It's really a beautiful day. Just want to say good morning. Have a great day, everybody. All that is what Google pulls in. They love that stuff. They really don't like as much when you do a lot of just looks like you're selling, or you're just saying, look at the house I just listed, or look at the place I just, we're looking at putting an offer on or whatever. You can do a little bit of that, but mix it in with all your real life stuff, because that's what's pulling these days.
So I just put in a simple little post, and it's going to show up here now. I just did this while you were talking, Gena. It's really
Okay.
that fast. And then we're going to take a look at that, because this is really, and for the updates, I think it's important to do open houses. I think it's important to handing the keys to your clients. Make sure you use the city names. If like down in Huntington Beach for July 4th, they always have festivities down there. Just hanging out downtown HB, it's July 4th. It's always a fun time down here. Or they have on Tuesday nights, they have the street fair downtown Huntington Beach. Anytime you can tie your city in and be out and about in your community, that's what you want to post, right? So here's the post that I just did. So I took a screenshot with my dog. It's 120 degrees in India. You need a swimming pool out here. Okay, something as stupid as that, right?
Hey Fred, can you take off the Facebook photo of Azul with Mike in the pool? Can you close that one up? Because I can't see. I don't know if everybody else is seeing the same thing, but I'm still seeing your Facebook page with Azul. Is that on my end, or?
I don't know.
Because if you close that out,
what are you guys seeing?
Yeah, what is everyone else seeing? I'm not sure.
Facebook.
Oh, really? Oh, maybe it's not sharing right now.
So you just need to X out of that, just X, or close out of Facebook, and then we can go to where you actually just posted. Go back to Google. I think it's underneath. I can see part of it, but it's underneath the Facebook.
Screen sharing is paused.
Oh,
that's interesting. Okay.
That's why it got stuck here then. Okay.
Oh, okay, you're right. It said screen sharing was paused. So you should see it now.
So one thing what Fred was saying is I want to comment on that, because he's saying, all the things he's just said are perfect. And another thing you can do, what I discovered with working with hundreds of clients now, is that do it in advance. So when the fireworks and the 4th of July are coming up, capitalize on that. Because if you've lived in your area long enough, which I'm sure all of you have, you can say, oh, the fireworks are coming up and we're going to be there. Here's where we're going to be, or here's what we're doing, or here's what we always do, or here's, anything like that with a few photos or a little short video clip. Because remember, people are searching for, what am I going to do on the 4th of July? Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Well, if you use the right keywords and some photos or a little video clip, you're going to show up under that.
Can you see the screen right now?
Yeah, it's still Facebook.
Wow, screen is paused. Stop share. Let me stop sharing, and then I'm going to share again. I don't know why that's happening, but maybe your screen share is loading. You are screen sharing. Can you see it now?
Okay, yep. Yep.
Okay. So I just want to show people the consistency. So here's the update that I just did with my dog. Okay, 3 minutes ago. Okay, this Solomon Free Money Hour, that was yesterday, right? 6 days ago, what happens when you pull credit and you're doing a loan. I wrote a little thing about that, right? And I just talk about what, what to look out for. Just any updates. Oh, this is where RPR data, where I show people exactly what's going on in my neighborhood. That I will have to definitely do one on that. But this one is awesome, the RPR data, because it tells you everything that's going on in your neighborhood. And you can get this for any neighborhood, including all the way back to Florida. Any neighborhood that has the RPR data, you can get this information. And it's really cool how you can get all this. And I post about this, and then I posted on Nextdoor as well. And I've been getting some leads from that in the last couple weeks here. It was so funny. I was out to lunch with one of my buddies who's a realtor out here in the desert. And he goes, so how many leads have you been getting from doing that, Fred? I'm like, 0. And I was doing it for like 8 months. And we're just laughing about it. Like, all this work that I do, 0 leads from. And then all of a sudden we are at lunch together. No lie. We are at lunch together, and I get a phone call and I go, how did you hear about me? Oh, I found you on Nextdoor. Right. And it's so ironic that we were out to dinner. He had just asked me how many leads I got from it. And then I got 2 leads that one day. It was so ironic. So anyways, but look at the consistency. 7 days ago, July 7th, July 7th, July 4th, July 3rd, view all.
Mhm.
You have to be consistent, and you can see that with the consistency, I've been this consistent for 8 or 9 months. And these real estate people in Newport Beach and Orange County and those areas, they know about this stuff. They know how to do this. But if you're out in Kalamazoo, Missouri, I don't know how often you'll see, as you won't, the competition is a lot less to get to number 1. And
Yeah, most people don't know how to do it. So,
right.
And the statistic is, what did I say, for like 90 or 92% of people set this up and then just leave it?
Right.
Because they think somehow if you just put your information in, it will automatically attract and scale. It does not work that way. You have to put the effort in. You have to do it. You have to treat it like any other social media platform. And this is actually the hottest and the number 1 platform right now. You do this stuff, you will be in well, Fred just proved it. You'll be in the number 1 to 3 position, and that's where you want to be. Above that, above the map is where the sponsors show up, but it says sponsor right next to it. You can see where people actually paid for it. Now you see that Fred is also showing up with the green check mark as Google screened. That means he went through the next process, which is probably going to be a different call than this one, I'm guessing, Fred, but where you do a Google guarantee, and then you can also do search ads if you want to. And they screen you, and they look at your licenses, they look at your insurance, and so on and so forth. And you go through a little bit of a short, pretty easy process, I think, but you get screened. So you're either Google verified, which is what you are when you set up your Google listing, the regular one we're looking at. But then you're Google screened, which turns to a green check mark from the blue check mark. And then that means they actually screened you, looked into your licensing, your insurances, and all of that.
So Google guarantee is like Yelp reviews, right?
Yeah.
It's if, like, I know Steve gets a lot of business from Yelp, and that's where he gets all of his property management clientele. I know he does very well with that. But look, if you type in Indio Realtors, I come up number 1. And the cool thing is, it tells me all of the stats, and I'm going to share those with you. I'm going to pull those up right now. Let's see if I can find that. Summary, is this it?
So initially we thought that it was all about reviews, because about a year ago or so, maybe a little less, we have been talking to a couple people on our coaching calls, and they had hundreds of reviews. And I said, I wasn't really sold on that. So I did a whole lot of research, and the reviews definitely need to be there, at least 5. So the minimum is 5. But we found out it's more about consistency of posting and being relevant and being out there and giving good information. So it's almost like info marketing. You are giving really good information about the geographic areas that you cover, and a little bit about yourself too, because how are people going to know if they like you and trust you, right? Know, like, and trust is what's going to get you chosen over somebody else. Well, how are you going to do that? I mean, the old days, what did we used to do? We went to lots of meetings and networking and all different kinds of things like that, Chamber of Commerce and, wine tastings and all that stuff. And you put yourself out there. Well, it's the same thing now, but you're kind of putting yourself out there online and through Google, and everyone's doing everything online these days. So although I think you still need a little bit of boots on the ground too, to go along with it. I think though a lot of it's being done online, but you got to show them why they should know, like, and trust you. What do you do? Who are you? I mean, Fred shows it all the time. He's in the pool with his dog. He's in the, with his son. He's at his son's graduation. And he mixes that in with RPR data and
stalking me,
all the
Gena?
housing.
Are you stalking me?
Yeah.
No,
No,
everything that I'm doing online. But
yeah.
So the Google Guarantee Program, these are local service ads. So when you type in Indio Realtor, I come up number 1. When you type in Palm Desert Realtors, I come up number 1. When you type in Palm Springs Realtors, I come up number 1 every time. Do you know how?
And it's, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, and it's not just because it says Google screened above his name. So he got screened, but if he was actually paying for the business and paying for the ads, it would say sponsor. So this is without him even going as far as, he just got screened and everything. But now whether he wants to use their ads program, that's another piece of it. But he doesn't have to. But all this was done organically. So,
well, I come up number 1 through above the businesses. So through the Google Screen program and the Google Guarantee program, I come up number 1. The businesses down here are the organic listings, where that's the map pack, right?
right.
So
Hey,
what-
Fred,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I got maybe a silly question, so
ahead.
forgive me if it is one. You just when you just typed in your that information in your Google, were those keywords that you also used when you did your keywords? Does that make sense?
Good question. So really what is happening here, okay, is that I'm typing in Palm Springs Realtors, right?
Right.
Okay, so I click enter. I come up number 1 because I am not paying to be in this position. I'm only paying if they click on my profile and then they call me. Now, it is so cool what happens with the Google Guarantee Program. I just want to share it with you just for a minute because it's so amazing. So I've spent $439. I got 2 leads, right? The leads are a couple $100 each. I'm getting 1,000 impressions. I come up number 1 100% of the time, right? Now,
But I think what Daniel is asking though, Fred, hold on one second with that. I
Okay.
think what he was asking is, did the keywords you put in? So Daniel, the answer would be yes, because first you put them in on your listing, and what happens is you put in the areas. So there's 3 parts of it. Well, there's 4 parts of it. There's
Yeah,
your
that's right.
title,
Yeah.
what you put in as your title. Then there's what you put in as your description, and in your description use keywords. But then there's also your geo area. So you can put in up to 20 areas, and in there he probably put Indio, Palm Springs, Newport Beach, all his areas. So but then when you go to the Google Guarantee Program and you ask Google to guarantee you and give you the green check mark versus the blue one, you put them in again and you put in all the areas that you cover. So yes, those would be keywords. If that,
All right,
I think
perfect.
that's what you're asking. Okay.
That's exactly right. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Well, that,
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
so what they also do is they save a recording of the phone call. So you can
Yeah.
listen to the actual phone call and it's all recorded here. Let's take a look here. I'm trying to find some old leads. I missed that phone call for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm usually really good about answering all the calls. But
Can I ask a question while you're looking for it, Fred?
yeah, go ahead, Tony.
Keywords, right? Is it like I live in Tampa Bay and I put Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I put
Yeah.
Busch Gardens. Are those keywords or do I make a sentence like
So you
welcome
would
to
do
Busch
Tampa Bay Realtors. Okay, that's what you would type in because that's what people are going to search.
Gardens? Okay, so I would
But
put what they
but also, Tony, you would put in, if you put in home of the Buccaneers, then
Uh-huh.
that is those are two keywords, because now you got Tampa Bay, you got home of the Buccaneers. So you are right. You're onto something there. So you are right about that. You just play it into your business. You know what I mean? You just use those keywords, like home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
But
That's
see,
a key.
Tony has a lot of work to do in his particular instance because in his map pack, which is right here, right? So this guy
Right.
pays to be here, the sponsored guy. But Kendall Bonner, he's the first organic listing here. Tampa Bay home team, but look, they have 621 reviews.
Okay, don't look at the reviews though. Open it up. Let's see what he's doing. Let's
Yeah,
see
and
what they're doing.
I was gonna
Yeah.
do next.
Okay.
But yeah, that's right. I'm gonna look at the updates because that's very important.
Because we've had people that have only had 35 reviews and they were at the top, #1 spot.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at that one, only had, oh, that's sponsored. I was gonna say they have 14 reviews, but that says sponsored. And then the next one has 18, but they're sponsored as well.
Okay, latest update. So they're only doing it once a month. Wow. It's because they have so many. So they're not doing a lot of updates here. So even
So it's got to be
when,
something else.
let's see here. What am I doing wrong? Okay.
Is there a way to get to see his keywords?
Oh yeah. I have to.
That's that extension, Fred, the Google the Google extension of, if you want to,
My
of
son,
the
my son gave that to me. It's this link right here. I'm gonna
okay, that's keyword search, but there's the, oh my God, I gotta think of the name of it. There's an extension you can get on Google that goes with the business profile that will show you. God, remember Google, is it Google Anywhere? Oh my God, what is that, Fred? We used it one time on one
we
of our
did
coaching.
use it. I forgot.
I know. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. I think it's Google Anywhere. And it's in a Chrome extension, it's free, and you put it on, and what it will do, it will highlight in pink stuff in for your competitors in the map pack, and it highlights it, and then you can click on the keyword button. It'll show you every keyword that person, like the Kendall Bonner team, it will show you every keyword they used. And I think it's called Google Everywhere or Google Anywhere. Let me just see if I can pull it up on my phone.
What I just put in the chat for those of you who want to copy that in the chat. That is what you can go to Google and search and see how many people are actually searching for that stuff. So you can play around with that little link that I provided in the chat box.
Yeah, so that's the keyword planner that I was talking about early in the call. This is the way to find your keywords. This is exactly what you use to find your keywords. But then
Okay.
there's Google Anywhere or Everywhere. Let me here. I'm looking right
Is that
now.
the follow me feature where
Yeah, we're
the ad follows you wherever you go?
no, that's the retargeting. That's another one. That's another call.
Yeah.
That's all the retarget. Yeah, it's Google Anywhere. So you can download the Google Anywhere app as a Chrome extension. And then it will, so Fred, if you had it on your Chrome extension right now, it would be lighting up the left side and showing you what this team is using as keywords and and a lot of different things about them. You're basically spying on it's a spy tool. You're basically spying on your competition.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's free for a little bit, but then I think there is a small fee involved to continue to use it if you use it a lot, like daily. But it's so worth it. If you want to get up there fast, it's a shortcut to use that to get right up in the map pack.
You know, it's crazy that they have 600 reviews. None, they probably, you know, paid one of those companies to do all those reviews at one time. But what it is, it's the photos, the updates, and the reviews. And then, of course, the services that you offer. And this is what goes into the keyword search right here, are the services that you offer. And that's all done through your Google business profile. So you have to go through your services on your Google business profile and make sure that you are including all of these different things that you can include on your Google business profile. And the same thing happens with your Google Guarantee program, which is the local services ads, which you have to pay for. And those are the ones where the phone conversations get recorded and all that stuff. But this right here, this is the main thing on your Google business profile. This is how you get to number one with these keyword searches. So,
okay, you know what, Fred? I looked it up again. Okay, so it's GMB, Google My Business, GMB Everywhere is the Chrome extension. Sorry, guys, I gave you the wrong. Google Anywhere is something different. GMB Everywhere. GMB Everywhere is a spy tool to spy on keywords, and it's like an orange with a white in the middle. It's GMB Everywhere. And that will let you spy on your Google business competitors and rank better with the local SEO.
okay, this is it right here.
There you go. That's it. And that's what we used on one of the coaching calls we did Friday when we were playing around with that. And it's kind of cool. It'll light up the areas on your competition with that same pink color.
So I'm gonna put this in the chat as well, and this allows you to find out what's going on with all of your competitors that are ranked higher than you on Google. And if you watch what they're doing and they're ranked higher than you, then just keep doing what they're doing, right? But I'll tell you right now, it's the updates, the reviews, and the photos. That is what I focused on personally. Updates, reviews, and the photos. So that is what I focused on personally, and that's how I got to number one. And you guys saw, you know, so many real estate lenders, mortgage brokers, mortgage broker, real estate lender. You know, I have all the categories covered. So that, and it's because I had all my services listed on my Google business profile. So if you go under my services, you can see all of those different services that I offer, and I'll go over that right now. Here's the edit services button. But look at what I have. Mortgage loans, Newport Beach, realtor, Newport Beach, mortgage loan, Newport Beach, home loans, Newport Beach, home loan, Newport Beach, zero cost lender, Newport Beach, zero cost loans, mortgage broker, Newport, mortgage lenders in Newport Beach. You know, look at all those it's the same things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But look at what I'm what's there,
Yeah, and I want to tell you guys, don't try to fit that all in your description because you only get 750 characters. That should be more about your business overall, or your business, your mission, or your thought process. This all goes into the different categories Fred's been showing you. So it's in your services, that's where all this goes, right? And then in your geo area, your geographic area, that's where all your areas that you target go in. Don't put that in your description. Don't waste your 750 characters on your area. Make it more about your targeted overall perspective. How else would you say that, Fred? Like your overall, what you do, what you do for people.
I just put it under services.
Right. No, this is under services, but I'm trying to explain under description. Don't put in your areas that you target. Don't put in these services, because these, like Fred's in services right now. That's where you can put what you do.
Right.
And in your geographic area, that's where you could put that. Don't waste your 750 characters in your description to talk about this stuff. Make sure that's targeted more on your overall way of doing business. That's the best way to say it. Your overall, who you are, and the overall way you do business.
You guys see all the services that I have listed? I mean, it's hundreds of them.
Yeah, I don't think they have a limit on services, do they, Fred?
No,
I don't think there's a limit, no.
but that's how because when they search for services or they type
Yep.
in keywords, that's how I come up.
Yep.
So those are very important to make sure you have all of your services. And then the stats are really cool. How many calls I got, answered calls, 3 answered calls.
While he's doing that, I want to mention too, be careful. So a couple do nots. Do not remove stuff off of your listing, your Google business listing. Don't remove things, just add lots of new things, and the other stuff eventually gets buried down below, but don't remove stuff, anything. Google doesn't like you to see you remove anything. Also, when you go to change, like if you have to change your address, or you have to change your email or your website or your phone number, don't make all those changes all at once, or they may make you re-verify. Change one thing, wait a couple days, change something else, wait a couple days. And that's just mainly on your pertinent information. Posting, just keep, like Fred said, just keep posting. If you could do 3 to 4 posts a week, right, Fred? That's really good. I mean,
Yeah. And I'm very religious about all of that. So I want people to understand these calls that I get. You're not getting an exorbitant amount of phone calls here, but what is happening is that I got I had an appointment on Saturday that got postponed. I had another appointment last week that got postponed, but I'm getting appointments with people that are looking to sell and buy from these ads. And here's the most amazing part about Google. And this is what I want everybody to understand and listen to what I'm saying here. The most amazing part about Google, when a client calls you and says, "Hey, Dan, I'm thinking about selling." They're not thinking about it right now. They're thinking about it a couple months in advance, right? They want to get prepared. They want you to talk to them. They want you to come look at their house. They want you to do an assessment. They want to get an idea what the house is worth, all that kind of stuff, right? What they need to do, what they need to fix up, how they should declutter, all of that. That's a process. It's going to take 90 days. Here's what happens on Google. On Google, they are ready right now. They are like looking for a realtor right now. I need to sell my house. I'm out of the area. And that's what I get people from San Diego calling. I get people from LA calling, and they're not local. So they don't have a realtor locally. So what do? They go on Google, and who pops up number 1? Me. So that's how I'm getting some of these calls. And I'm paying about $120 a lead for those calls. Not bad. Would you pay $120 to get a listing? It's like it for every call that I'm getting, it's a 50, it's 100% where I've set up an appointment. Now I have 2 postponed appointments, but I had appointments set to meet them. $120 each. So those are called local service ads. And then it will show you how many people are clicking to your website. 140 people. How many people looked for directions to your office? So anyways, all of this stuff, 392 interactions, right? And that's what I love about this stuff. It's right here. You can see all the data. And
Hey guys, I hate to be a party pooper, Fred. I hate to be, but I gotta be on 11 o'clock training
Okay.
call. So for some
Yeah.
realtors. So
yeah, you're
good good meeting all of you and talking to you. And yeah, I'll help wherever I can. So just let me know, Fred.
okay. Well,
Thank you, Gena. Thanks so much,
You're
Gena.
welcome.
You're wonderful.
Okay, talk to you guys. Okay, talk to you soon.
all right. So that's good enough for right now for today. Do you have any questions before we go? We're gonna do these every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. You guys are always welcome back, but this is a good start. I'm gonna send you some of the links. Does everybody have a Google business profile? I know Nancy does.
I do.
Does everybody already have one? Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. Dan?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tony, I know Tony has one. So what you need to do is get your business profile. Now, the next thing you need to do is you need to reach out to your clients. And by the way, when I have reached out to my clients asking for reviews, guess what has happened? I've gotten leads from it because I become top of mind. And what does it mean when you call up your client and say, hey, I'm trying to get to 100 reviews. I'm at, 83 right now. I'm trying to get up to 100. Would you mind just putting a quick review out on my Google business profile, talking about the business that we did? What does that show? It shows that you care about your business, right? Shows that you're interested in making your business do better. So when you care, people don't care about you until they know how much you care about them. So when you show that you care, just the act of caring puts you into top of mind position. So when that person goes looking for whatever your services that you offer, you're going to be top of mind. And one way I remain top of mind with my clients is with my monthly emails as well. So there's a whole thing. We're talking specifically Google business profile, but I also want to get reviews from these people. And how do I get reviews? Well, this is exactly what I do. I'm going to send you the little link here. So you guys can use this. Google reviews. I'm going to email this to myself, and then I'm going to send this to everybody. Hold on one second here. I can just log in from my. No. Okay, hold on. I'm going to email this, and then we'll call it a day. I want everybody to have this because this is what you need to start focusing on are the updates and the reviews. And Dan, I know you're a marketer guy. What's your first update going to be on your?
You know what? I have to tell you, I'm hoping that Brandy and I are going to be closing on a pretty big listing here pretty soon. And it's a huge accomplishment for us just because of the price point we got. So that would be ideal to brag about. However, that might be a little too far out. So I gotta think about that, Fred. I gotta think about what my first one will most likely be. I don't know, but I'm excited.
I'll tell you what it should be. It should be the next open house that you're doing.
You know what? I like that idea a ton. I'm not going to be doing one this weekend, but the weekend after. But I'd like to get started on it. Brad, I'd like to start posting sooner than later. So I got to really figure out, I mean, we have a new lease listing in Eastside Costa Mesa that maybe I'll pop up. It's a really beautiful home, priced really, really well. Brandy's got a cabin out in San Juan Capistrano that's going to be coming on the market here real soon. So maybe that's something we'll brag a little bit about. Not sure, but something tells me that within 20 to 25 minutes I'll be able to think of a half a dozen amazing things to post. Because
Yeah.
in theory, Fred, it's kind of what we would do on Facebook anyway, right? So the stuff we use for Facebook, we could just relay over to Google.
That's exact, and I provide links all the time to
Right.
my
So
Facebook posts.
right. So no, this is really exciting, man. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Fred. I'm looking forward to chatting with you and being a part of this next week for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna hold everybody accountable right now. So here's what we're gonna do, right? Because we want this to work. We want to put it into action, and we want to be consistent. As you can see with all of my updates, I'm consistent. You can see with all of my reviews, I'm consistent. I consistently ask my clients for reviews. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my what I send out, and I text this to my clients, and they're perfectly okay with it. So I'm gonna send that out real quick, and I'm gonna put this in the chat real quick for everybody. So here we go. Hold on one second. Let me pull that up, and I'm gonna put it. And please copy and paste these things that I'm putting in the chat, because these are the things that I use consistently to accomplish my goal of being number one. And I'm going to do another update as well. And I bet you I already went into number one position after that last update that I just do okay, here we go. Here's the thing that I want to. Okay, so I take this right here, copy it. I go to my chat. So copy this for, okay, go to, and then click on that. This is what I send out. Hey, when you get a chance, can you write a review and just talk about the business we've done and the advice that I've given you over the years? I'm trying to get up to 100 Google reviews. Thanks so much. Click on reviews, and then I provide the link. And it's really easy to find the link on your Google reviews, by the way. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. It's not hard at all. So 1 second while I pull that up. Okay, so we're going to go to Solomon. Computer is so slow right now. Why is it taking so small? Okay, Solomon Financial. I'm just going to show you how to find the link real quick. Wow, it is so slow. Okay. This slow. Okay, here we go. This is what I want right here. Okay. Sorry for this. So you go to reviews, read reviews right here, okay? Let's see here. Read reviews. Sorry, my computer is so slow. Do you see where this button? Let me know when everybody sees this. Do you see where it says get more reviews? Okay, here's the link. This is the link right here, and I can email it. And then it pops up right there. I can also copy and paste that. Copy it, right? Now I can use that link to include in the chat that I just used. So you go to your reviews, right? You go to your reviews, reply to reviews. Oh, and always reply to your reviews, by the way. Always reply to every review. So you can see every review that I reply to. Every review, right? Then, and they even have a box for unreplied. You replied to new reviews. I never miss anybody, right? And then you go to get more reviews, click on that, and that's your link right there. Okay, that's the link you want to send out to everybody, and send it to people who just know your character. You know, you don't, even if they didn't do business with you, if you're new, you know, I know Brandy's new, so I would say, hey, can you send, could you write a review about what you know about my character and what kind of person I am, and if you would trust me doing business with you. Whatever corny thing that you feel comfortable asking, you gotta get reviews. You gotta get them. And it's gotta be from people that know you, like you, and trust you, right? And always reply to those reviews. This is the key to this part of it. Always reply. There was one thing else I said I was going to do. I forgot what I said. I think you asked me a question, Dan, and it triggered me to do it, but I forget what that question was. Do you remember?
Now, my short term, my short term is shot, man. I think I lost it in 1998 at a Grateful Dead show. Sorry, buddy.
That's funny. So, okay, well, I think we're
Brent, thank you. Thank you so much for your time and absolutely everything. What a great way
Yeah.
to start the morning.
Oh,
Thank
I did remember what I wanted to do. So, Dan, what's your Google profile? This is gonna
Uh, It'll be under my name, Daniel Finder.
Daniel
Should pop it up.
Finder. Okay,
There she is.
right there. Okay, you have 9 reviews. All right.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna text this to you. Dan Finder. We're gonna hold everybody accountable. Daniel, so give me a second before Dan Finder. Here we go. I'm texting this to you. Taking a picture. This is what we're gonna do. I want at least 3 to 5 more, Dan. And if you ask 10 people, you're gonna get 2 out of them or 3 out of them that are gonna say yes to you. Okay.
All right. Done and
Brandy?
done.
Brandy, where are you at? What's
I have 4 from my clients, and then I'll have 2 more coming in either today or tomorrow. So it'll
Good.
be 6 only.
That's fine. What we want to do is concentrate on getting 3 to 5 per week.
Okay.
Brandy, and then what's your last name? Ryan?
Brandy Ryan Realtor is what I'm under. Yep.
Okay, let's see that. I got you right here.
And I just did a post while we were talking. So
Good. So you got 4 reviews.
Yep.
Okay, and you did an update?
I did an update, but I can't figure out how to take that address because that's my old brokerage address, and that's not the city I do.
Rancho Center. Yeah, so you want so that's your old address there on
The Trina. I'm still with EXP, but now I'm with Equity with Dan. And so it's still our umbrella company, but it should have our Newport address for Equity
Okay.
Forbes.
So you're going to need to go into your Google business profile and change that address because
Okay.
you want all your well, it says San Diego, so you need to change all of that to read Newport Beach, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, Fred, I got a question. We tried doing that when we had joined Equity a year or so ago, and I don't know if this is something you know, but Google wanted some type of proof from us in order for us to go ahead and change.
Get it.
Do you know like they wanted us to video the front and some stuff like that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Do whatever they say.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, just do whatever they say. Because
All right.
if you just listen to them, and trust me, when I did my Google guarantee, you just got to be a little puppet on a string. Just listen to what they tell you to do, because they're going to tell you exactly what you need to do. And all I can tell you is it worked for me.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay,
And Fred-
I would focus on after we start getting reviews, I think we should focus on the Google guarantee program, but that's for another day. Did you
Okay.
have a question?
That was my question on how we would get to verified and guaranteed, but that'll be next week.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
but you need to change your address first because
Okay,
getting Google guaranteed doesn't help unless you have the right address and
got it.
all that. And, you know, instead of San Diego, Newport Beach.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it takes about 3 weeks, 2 weeks to get Google guaranteed approximately. Okay, so
Thanks.
you got, I'm gonna take a picture because I don't have your phone number, Brandy, but I'm gonna, oh, is this your cell phone here? That 949 number? Brandy, can you unmute? Is this your cell phone right there?
It is 949-742-9360.
Okay, so we're gonna hold everybody accountable. And we got 4 Google reviews, so we want to get 3 to 5 per week, okay?
Okay,
And so that's, 10 people, right? 10 people, you're gonna get 2 reviews. So you're gonna have to call about 30 people, right?
Okay.
But just understand when you call them or text them or message them on Facebook, that it keeps you top of mind. So I've gotten leads trying to get reviews. So I'm just telling you, that's what's happened to me. Okay, Steve.
and you said, sorry, and you said I could just ask for them to verify trust and character for me since I'm new.
That's right. Yep. What would you want someone to read about you? What would you want someone to read about you? Right? Okay. Tony, let's look at Tony's. Because Tony has a lot of work to do.
Not a lot.
Well, I shouldn't say that. You have so many people in the Tampa Bay area that have so many reviews.
You're right. You're right. I
Yeah,
gotta my
so-
competition.
Yeah, you have a higher amount of competition, which means that you need to get reviews and do the updates.
Okay.
The reviews and the updates in the photos. So Tony Prey, is it realtor?
Real estate broker. Yeah, realtor.
Okay.
Tony Prey, realtor. I think I said broker as well.
Okay, let's see if we can find you. I think I looked at yours the other day.
You did.
Okay, here we go. So you have 1 Google review, right?
Yes.
I have your phone number here. I'm gonna text this to you. We're gonna concentrate on getting at least 3 to 5 per week. That's what you have to do.
Okay.
It's got whatever time you would go out canvassing or knocking on doors, this is way better than going out knocking on doors. Promise you. Promise
Okay.
you. You'll
Yeah,
get
I'm gonna
more.
get some help with it because I do some other stuff too. I got a young man he's very good at this stuff. He's gonna help me with it. So
Okay, well, it's not hard. Copy the chat. Copy the chat exactly what I said in the chat, right? Copy that and just send that off. You can text it, you can send it on Facebook Messenger. Can you write a review and just talk about the business we've done, the advice? And it's better for you to do it, Tony. I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know because you're gonna get leads from it. I promise you.
Got you.
When you talk to your previous, hey Tony, how's it been? Man, it's good to hear you because I know you're a pastor too, right?
Yes.
So you know the whole damn community.
Not the whole community, but I know a lot of people.
You know more than one less than a million, right? So
Yes.
focus on calling them yourselves because it will mean more coming from you being a pastor than it would be from an assistant. Does that make sense to everybody? I know it does. So, okay. So we got Tony at, we got his, and then Steve. Steve, are you on Google?
I should be. Yeah.
Okay, Steve Robles.
Let's see what you find under me. Actually, go under, yeah, Steve Robles or Robles Property Management. I'm not sure.
Wow.
Well, okay, that's what's going to show up. So you're going to have to come up with my property management, Robles Property Management. Actually,
Your beach bum, Steve?
No.
yeah. What do you think? What do you think?
It was a little bit worse than that.
Oh, okay.
That's him right. Anyways, we don't talk about that too much. So, anyways, okay. So Steve Robles, let's take a look. Is your Robles Google business?
Try, I don't know how it happens, but I do get calls from Google. I think I had one or two this week. If it's not from Google, it's from my Yelp. And that's,
Yeah,
I
where's
just
your, do you have a Google business profile? It doesn't look like you do.
try Robles Property Management,
Okay.
because that's what I focus on.
Yeah. It's not popping up either. Oh, wait, here it is. Yes, it is. Okay. So Steve, you got 2 reviews and you kill it. You kill it. So, you don't need to do anything because but you have 2, let's see, you have 2 different profiles. Is
How
it,
do you say I'm killing it?
you could get more. You could get
Well,
more,
yeah, of course.
but
To be honest, Fred, my efforts are through the Yelp,
yeah,
and that thing just brings me too much business.
yeah.
And it's not a problem, but it's like I'm plenty busy.
Is that your phone number? This 310-766-3222?
That's one of them.
And is this your phone number here? This 310-222-221-2188?
Yeah, that's my ad line number. So when that phone rings, I know it's a person, most likely someone asking about property management. So I pick
Okay.
that up.
Okay, so the key for you, and again, this is just depends on how busy you want to get, but you can do this organically, and you can get free leads just like on Yelp, and
Yeah.
the key would be reviews. You got 1, photos. You got a couple photos. That's good. You got some photos. Photos are good, and then the other thing would be the services that you offer, which are good. You have all that brokerage and yeah, so you have a lot of services that you've included. That's good. So again, we want to increase these numbers, right? You want to get
Right.
reviews and do updates. So that's my recommendation for you. The more reviews that you do and the more updates you do, but everybody go look in there and look under your services and see what you have listed under your services and keep adding to your services. Because when people search for that stuff, then they will find you. And this has taken place of search engine optimization. Google Business Profile has taken place of SEO advertising. So, all right. Nancy, are you there? I don't know if Nancy's been.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Let's look at yours real quick. El Centro Realtor, right? Or what's your Google business profile?
Nancy Berger, realtor.
Nancy, Birger.
Right.
Okay. All right. So you got 2 reviews. So I'm going to text this to you. I want you to get 3 to 5 reviews. You're going to have to call about 30 people to get about 6 reviews.
Okay.
And you can text them. You can send messages on Facebook. And these people don't necessarily have to be people that you've done business with. They just have to be people that are willing to give you a character reference as well, like what I told Brandy. But I know you've been in real estate for a long time, so I'm going to text this to you, Nancy, and I want you to focus on that for next week because the more reviews and more updates you do, the better. So you got 2. I want you to have at least 5 by next week.
Okay.
All right, that's everybody. And we're good for this week. We did a little extra time because I'm focused on getting people to get more reviews and do more updates. That is what's going to get you move up the Google list. And I promise you, if you do it, you will get there. So if there's no other questions, we'll see you next Tuesday morning.
Thanks so much, Fred. Have a great day.
Okay.
Thanks, Fred.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Fred.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Fred.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye,
All
buddy.
right.
All right. End this call. How do we do that? And right here. Okay, end meeting for all. See you, Steve. Bye.